In the Zelda universe, we see some interesting races, like the Zora, which are fish, or Koroks, which are some sort of trees. But we also have the Gerudo, of course, and overall, they aren't very friendly towards the other races. However, my question is, where did they come from? What is their origin? And could it explain why they are almost always fighting with the Hylians? Well, let's find out. The Gerudo. They are warriors by reputation, feared and respected in the countries they inhabit. Due to a unique biological quirk, the race consists almost solely of females. A single male Gerudo is born into the tribe every 100 years. This male is destined by Gerudo law to become their king. They have appeared in Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Four Swords Adventures, and Breath of the Wild, and Ganondorf is the only Gerudo male to have appeared in the series. How do they survive and where do they come from? And why only one male every 100 years? Well, the first time that we saw them was in Ocarina of Time, and this is also the first game where we saw Ganon. So could there be a connection between the two? Well, as we know, Ganondorf is the reincarnation of Demise, an evil demon king that wanted to claim the Triforce and destroy everything. The Ganondorf from Ocarina of Time was the first time in history that this demon king returned, and he is most likely the entire reason why the Gerudo exist. Whoa, Wily, what are you talking about? Ah, yes, I can already hear the thousands of questions. I shall explain. Now, why would Ganondorf create an entire race? Well, he had a plan to take the Triforce for himself, and it all ties into that. During the events of Ocarina of Time, Ganondorf is striving to conquer the lands of Hyrule and obtain the Triforce. In order to access the Triforce within the Sacred Realm, Ganondorf sought the 3 spiritual stones from the Kokiri, Gorons, and Zoras. When they refused to hand them over, he placed a death curse upon the Great Deku Tree and Lord Jabu Jabu, and blocked off the Dongo's cavern with a gigantic boulder. At the same time, he pledged false allegiance to the King of Hyrule to gain his trust. Now, this is where the Gerudo come in. Even before gaining the Triforce of Power, Ganondorf was one of the most powerful men in the entire land of Hyrule, largely due to his political position as the King of the Gerudo. And he also used this to get in touch with the King of the Hylians, and that has to be one of the most useful aspects of the Gerudo to him. He can use that political position really well in this scenario, and they are also great soldiers. It's an entire army fully under his control. In some timelines, he even uses them to attack the Hylians. However, they never won, since the Gerudo army was not strong enough. And I think they were created purely for that. A chess piece in a huge game to take over the Hyrulean kingdom and get the Triforce. This is also most likely the reason why Ganondorf becomes king according to Gerudo law. It was all planned. Also, before anyone mentions it, the Gerudos seen in Majora's Mask aren't a factor in this, since that world is a dream world. They changed this in the new Hyrule Historia. Yes, I am just as pissed as you. Now you might ask, how is that possible? Ganondorf is a Gerudo himself, so how can he create them then? Well, he's most likely not a Gerudo, since they are known to have the following traits: dark skin, amber eyes, red hair, and a sharp bird-like nose. Now in terms of this, Ganondorf completely fits the description. However, their skin color has been shown to come in 2 tones, a common light brown and an olive greenish variation seen on twinrova and Ganondorf. Also, Ganondorf is the only male. So different skin color and also the only one of the other sex. It could very well be that he's not really a Gerudo, something similar to it but not exactly the same. However, there's another thing that's in the way: his power. Ganondorf is an immensely powerful sorcerer with vast mystical resources. But is he powerful enough to create an entire race? Well, even though he has very strong magical powers, it would most likely not be enough to create an entire race. Now, if he had the Triforce of Power from the beginning, it would have been totally different. With that, he has insane power. However, he gets this artifact later on in the game, so that's not an option. Besides that, there's another problem. Ganondorf was born when the Gerudo tribe was already a thing, as far as we know, since they could also lie about these events to cover it up. But since we don't know this for sure, we won't assume it. Alright, clearly Ganondorf could be responsible for the Gerudo race, but there are some problems with that here and there. So are there any other possible candidates? Well, there was another extremely powerful being found in the Gerudo tribe, twinrova. They are a pair of 400-year-old twin witches who secretly lead the Gerudo tribe and are the surrogate mothers of Ganondorf. They are known as the Sorceress of Flame and the Sorceress of Ice, and are among the more devoted servants of Ganon. Could twinrova be the one that created the Gerudo race? Well, they are extremely loyal to Ganon, so of course they would do anything they could. Besides that, they look like Gerudo, but aren't completely fitting, and they would most likely be powerful enough, especially in their fused form. And another big sign is the fact that they lead the Gerudo tribe from a distance. They even kidnap Naboru, the second in command, and they brainwash her and dress her in iron knuckle armor. This already shows that anyone that falls out of line is captured and brainwashed. They even wanted to do it again after Link freed her. And they do all of this with the use of dark magic, so they are certainly evil. Overall, this could work. They are 400 years old, and we don't really know how long the Gerudos have been around, but 400 years could be enough. The only weird thing is, why are there only females? I think they didn't do this only to please Ganondorf. This also causes them to look for boyfriends outside of the Gerudo tribe, and I don't think they really want that. Or maybe things work different for them. If they were created by the witches, anything is possible. So the Gerudo are a race that came out of nowhere, and it could be that Ganondorf or twinrova created them in order to get a good political position and a group of soldiers. Do you think this makes sense? Tell me what you think in the comments. I would love to hear your opinion. Also, be sure to check out my other social media platforms like Discord, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. We do all kinds of fun stuff there, so go have a look. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to watch more videos if you'd like to, and be sure to subscribe, since then we might be able to hit 100k before June 17, which is my birthday.